I'm Anjali Varma. Thanks for tuning in for parenting, lifestyle, and entrepreneurship tips. I'm really psyched today to have Stacey Ferguson with me, and we are going to be talking about monetizing your blog, that age-old question for all of us. And Stacey, you can find her info in the link below this video, but she is the co-creator of Blogalicious, an amazing blogging conference. She is a coach, and you can also find her at justicefergie.com. So thanks for joining us, Stacey.
Thanks for having me.
And we just spent like the last hour pretty much talking about this topic, so we're going to try to condense it, but she's got a lot of great info on her site, so you should definitely check it out. So monetizing a blog, that's a big topic, but what would you say is your first big tip for people out there who are trying to make the leap?
My first big tip is not to worry about what everyone else is doing, but to really focus on what you're good at. So what is your gift? What is that thing that all of your friends, family, readers always ask you about? And kind of capitalize on that. Turn that into your area of expertise that you're then going to package and sell.
Okay, great. So once you've figured out what that sweet spot is, which can take some soul searching, right?
Yes.
How do you then convert that into
money?
Dollars? Yeah.
Sure. And actually first, instead of really soul searching, just go back and look at what are your most popular blog posts. What do people like the most? What do you get the most shares on, comments? That can give you a clue as, oh, people really like that content. Let me create more. But one really great way to do that is to think about doing your own course. And I know that sounds scary and like a lot of work, but there are different ways you can do it. You can start as simple as a video course or an email course where you just kind of write out some content and share it with people via email. So think about what that topic is and what is the best way for you to share it, and start there. And a really nice teaser is to offer people a little snippet of it for free, and then they'll see the value in what you have to offer and they'll want to pay more to get the full experience.
And we both have done this, right? And I think that like once you sit down to actually do it, it starts to just come to you. So I think the biggest hurdle is just sitting down to actually do it, right?
Exactly. Just outline it first. Think of the steps, right? If you're trying to explain to somebody the steps of something, write that out and then just fill in the gaps.
And there's so many great platforms out there as far as the functionality, because one thing for me was like the technology I was scared of.
Plus I wanted it to look pretty.
Yeah.
That was the other thing.
Yeah. And listen, I did it pretty much on the cheap. It's possible to do. So
yeah, my very first one was on MailChimp, just because that's where I did my email list, and they have an autoresponder program. Just put it in there, and it was really simple.
Awesome. Okay, great. So creating a product.
Yes. So another tip would be speaking. So now that you've got your course, right, you're officially an expert. And people don't want to call themselves experts, but really all that means is you have more knowledge or skill on a particular topic than someone else. So own it, you're an expert. And once you've got that down pat, you can pitch that to different speaking engagements, opportunities, TV stations to talk about what that area of expertise is. And it can be anything from, parenting tips to business tips to food and recipes. Whatever your thing is, you could definitely speak on that topic because there are people who want to hear it.
And will people pay for it?
People will pay for it. So here's the tip. You can do one of two things. You can either charge for the speaking opportunity right off the bat, and of course, if you're going to charge, you want to show that you have experience, you want to have testimonials and recommendations. So if you've spoken somewhere before, even if it was for free, get references, because that's really going to help you pitch for pay to the next gig. But the second thing you can do, and a lot of people have great success with this, is go ahead and speak for free, but offer your course to the audience, right, as a next opportunity. And let's say you were going to charge $500 to speak somewhere and your course costs $200. If 3 people buy your course, you've already made more than what you would have been paid. And so you want to think about which option makes the most sense for the different speaking engagement.
I think that's great advice. And I think when you're starting off with speaking, you may have to do some of the free things.
Yes,
and then slowly,
always.
Yeah.
And that's good, right? Just make sure that every speaking engagement you walk away with something, whether it's a referral, a testimonial, some business cards from folks who might be interested in you.
Building your email list.
Building your list, so huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay, great. So many great tips. And what about one more if we were trying to focus? I know there are so many.
There are so many, but one more tip I would say would be, I'm going to say ads. So, and I want to stay away from like Google AdSense, which is fine, or joining an ad network, which you can do, but a lot of times the return is really minimal.
Okay.
What I would suggest is selling your own ad space. So if you have your own blog, typically you've got a sidebar or even a header, and WordPress and Blogger lets you include plugins to put in your own ads. Sell it to people who read your blog. Sell it to friends and family. So instead of getting kind of pennies for Google AdSense, you can go to local businesses or even friends that you know who have businesses and charge them $25 a month for an ad. And if you fill up, 5 or 10 of those slots, you've already done really well. So think about selling your own ad space.
Great, and that's just good monthly revenue.
Exactly, recurring. Yeah, and make sure to set a minimum, right? You don't want them to do 1 month and then disappear. Set maybe 3, 6 month, 9 month intervals, and that way you can depend on that income for that period of time.
Perfect. Great. Thank you to Stacey Ferguson. You should definitely check out her blog. She's got a ton of great tips.
Yeah.
And if you want more parenting, lifestyle, and entrepreneurship tips, would love for you to head over to anjalivarma.com and subscribe to my newsletter, and also subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter @AngeVarma. Hope to see you next time.